All right, so here's how I know my DEF tank is full: when it starts leaking from the bottom. So I'm a little disappointed, thinking like, what's wrong with my truck? What happened? Why is it getting such bad MPG? So I went to the Pilot. I'm like, let me get some diesel. Let me do another thorough walk around. But let me, instead of just kicking my tires, making sure they're good to go, and like visually inspecting, let me also actually take out the pressure checker and check them, right? That's when I discovered the problem. So first of all, pressure in the front was 85. It was actually exactly 85 everywhere. And so I inflated, and the max tire pressure is 125 or 123. What is it? So I'm not making it up on these Toyos. Yeah, 125 PSI cold, right? So I'm like, well, that could have something to do with it for sure. So I inflated all of them to 115 because it's nice and hot right now. It's like it was 100 degrees out here in West Texas. So, so I inflated them to 115 for now. Tomorrow morning when they're cold, I'll check them again. But I was on my last tire, and it's this one on the passenger side, and it's the inner tire right here, this one, right? I'm over here trying to inflate it, and what happens? Tire pressure checker reads 0 PSI. I'm like, wait, hold on, what? This tire pressure checker must be broken. It's stupid. This thing sucks. Even though I just checked 7 other tires, or no, 5 other tires, I mean. Right, so I just checked those other 5, tire pressure was working great. When we get to the tire that comes up with 0 PSI, automatically it's the tire pressure checker's fault. It's funny. But no, it wasn't the case. So I started inflating it, and then it just goes 20 PSI. I'm like, oh no. So I started inflating a little more, 35 PSI, and then I hear a bunch of air leaking. I'm like, wait, is that the hose? I take the hose, listen to it. No, it's not the hose. Sure enough, it's my inside tire is leaking air. So I didn't call TA, I just drove over here because it is Columbus Day weekend right now. It's Sunday, tomorrow is Monday, and it's Columbus Day, and that sucks. That's not good because everybody is closed, literally everybody. So much for these 19.5s being available everywhere when everyone is closed. No, actually, this is more important. This is basically a lesson to, hey, make sure you have a spare. And he does, the seller, when he sold it to me, it didn't come with the 17s that were stock, and it didn't come with the 19.5 spare either. So I have no spare. So I showed up to the TA, and I'm like, hey guys, you have a 19.5 inch tire in stock? And they're like, yeah, we do. I'm like, okay, great. I will take it then. He's like, okay, that's fine. It's like $400 something. I'm like, that's expensive. But what are the options? He's like, yeah, I only have 1. So he literally has 1 tire, and it's an all position tire. It's not even a drive tire. So I'm like, okay, fine. And he asked, okay, what kind of truck do you have? I'm like, oh, it's a Ram 3500. He's like, oh, usually we don't work on those. I'm like, no, you're joking. He's like, no, well, I mean, you're probably the only one that's available, or we're probably the only ones that are open. So we'll service it this time. So shout out to TA for getting me in here. I'm pulling into the shop right now. You see, it just got dark. So yeah, that's what happens when you're down on your luck. You get more bad luck. Okay, so be happy all the time. Anyways, I just pulled in. He told me to stop. Let's go watch them change the tire. Okay, so this is the tire we were gonna put on, and I swear I thought I had 245 70 19.5. Wrong. I have 285 70 19.5. And so when you put this tire, oh geez, that's heavy. Look at that. When you put it right up, there you go. So that's not gonna work. Look, it's so amazing how quickly a plan changes. Just instantly, in a matter of seconds, falls apart. So what they're gonna do is take off, and we're gonna see if we can patch that one that's on the other side, just to at least get me down the road, because the alternative is nothing. There's no other alternative. And not even like 5 seconds later, guys, he goes back to the computer and he looks it up, and he's like, oh snap, I do have a 285 70 19.5. And so he's grabbing it over there right now. So we'll talk about just a like up and down roller coaster. Oh man, like this. Ah, there you go. See, that's the whole point of this GoPro 9 with the front facing camera, so you can see it right away if it's good or bad. But anyways, this emotional roller coaster of like, oh, you have a tire? Oh no, you don't. Oh, you do? You have a tire? Oh, it's $500 probably, you know. So, but hey, at least they're gonna be able to get me down the road because the clock is still running, because I still have a ton of driving time. So, anyways, let's go see which tire he's gonna grab. Right here. Oh, found it. Right here, boom. Yep, that's a...
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we gotta work. There it is.
Oh, right? It looks like a rivet.
But it's not. Listen, I want that.
Okay. Wow. I mean, like, come on. Did you guys hear that? The total was $707.74. Okay, we're talking about a dismount, and then a plug, and then a patch and plug, and then mount, okay? And then we're talking about one tire. $700. Can you see that? $707? Yeah. Oh my goodness. That is just... And they don't even work on these trucks. That's what they told me at first. Yeah, right here, the tire was 578 bucks. Look, all of a sudden it makes sense to me, like why, you know, you guys in the comments always say, Alex, go get your CDL, Alex, do this, do that, blah, blah, blah. It's like, go drive a semi, blah, like that stuff, right? Okay, can you imagine owning a semi and this is what happens to you? You just, for one tire, it's over $700 for one tire. And on a semi, you couldn't do it yourself. Had I had a spare, or if I would have had a spare, I would have just done it myself. This is why hot shotting is cool. This is why hot shotting is gaining in popularity, because people are fed up being ripped off. $578 for one 19.5 inch tire. Makes you really, really consider, should I even upgrade to 19.5s? Like, cause that's really, like, if, well, I don't know. Jury is still out on 19.5s. I don't want to make a decision yet. All I know is my logbook is definitely not dead yet because I still have some time to drive, so I'm just gonna go drive. Hey, good morning. I want to show you something really quick because I know I'm driving right now. I'm just using my GoPro and I got all my lights on, so I just want to show you this sound so that you guys can kind of see what's going on. You know, because then when we break down, it'll kind of make sense. But this sound has been going on. It started when I first started the trip. It's, you know what's ridiculous? It's like 6 a.m. and it's still pitch black outside. It's just, I mean, come on. Winter is definitely here. But anyways, I'm noticing that it doesn't make the sound when the truck accelerates. It only makes the sound when like it decelerates. And that's with the exhaust brake on or off, with tow haul on or off. Now, to me, sitting in the truck, it sounds like one of two things. Now, I don't want to plant any ideas, so let me show you this sound because we're climbing up the hill right now. So let me show you the sound really fast so that you guys can see or listen to it, and then I'll tell you what I think it is. All right, so I'm driving and driving and driving, and I'm still being bothered by this noise, and it's getting a little bit worse every time. Sorry about the hair, guys. I've been wearing my hat all day and now it's all messed up. So here, maybe I should hold the camera like this. There, is that better? This way you can't see my hair. But anyways, so I'm angry, right? I'm like, why is this 65, 8,000, 9,000 mile truck making this weird noise, right? And I talked to someone, a shout out to Mike's Trucks. He's always like in my comments and stuff. He has a bunch of Cummins trucks. He's like, Alex, it sounds mechanical, okay? And it sounds like you got a transfer case issue. And I'm like, bro, it's not a transfer case, man. If it was a transfer case, it would have exploded a long time ago. And so now I just filled up. You can see there's no trucks behind me because I literally just filled up. It just pulled forward. But while the nozzle was going, I'm like, I need to get down on this dirty concrete and see what is going on. I need to touch some stuff, shake some things, you know, just to see what's loose, right? And sure enough, the ground smells. But the more important part is I found, I think I may have discovered our one tiny, I say tiny, but huge issue, okay? So let's lay down, okay. Let's lay down on the ground. Let me show you guys. First off, I wanna say it's really hot. The exhaust is super hot right here. Obviously this is all your emission stuff. But the part that I really really want to show you guys is right here, okay? This right here. So on a mega cab, you get a one-piece drive shaft. So it starts at the transfer case right here, goes all the way down to right here. Now, when you extend it, you gotta switch it to a two-piece drive shaft. And that drive shaft is usually custom, okay? So that's why we have this custom carrier bearing right here. But as you can see, it looks a little bit off. The carrier bearing, this rubber housing, right? It doesn't look super good. And then on this side, you can see that it's actually rubbing. And so I saw that, I'm like, hold on. But when you shake it, oh, look, it's loose. It's like not even like close. It's like, look at this. Look, hold on, let me try it. You see that? Okay, I think on the camera it doesn't show it, so let me set it up real fast. Hold on. I'm gonna try not to burn myself on this exhaust. Oh, no wonder I have a noise, because my drive shaft is going like this. Duh. Ugh. What did I say about custom parts? So as you can imagine, I'm a little bit frustrated, a little bit disappointed that it's such a hack job under there. I really thought this would be a better setup. I really thought it would have been done right. It does have some Stretch My Truck components, but it wasn't done by them, okay? It was not done by Stretch My Truck. The guy, he's a fabricator. He's like, he has his own garage, you know what I mean? So he works on his own equipment, and he did this himself, that the seller did, right? But I can't do anything about it right now. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to go with a wobbly drive shaft, which could be bad, I think, right? It could be bad, right? But we have this van to deliver today, and we got to deliver this today because that has an appointment tomorrow morning. So unfortunately, I think it's okay. We can keep driving. It just rumbles a little bit. It only rumbles when I let off the brake. I mean, when I hit the brakes. So basically now I just need to not let off the brakes. Just push it hard all the time. Go, go, go. Anyways, I'm gonna go inside, get myself a Gatorade and some ice and whatnot, and we gotta hit the road because I can't. This sucks, guys. Honestly, this sucks. There's just, I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. This sucks. Even though I'm laughing, I'm pissed. Okay, so I am back from California, obviously, and I delivered my loads like you saw, and now it's time to get this truck fixed. We gotta take it right now to the place that will fix the carrier bearing. As you saw, it's been loose. I'm surprised I babied the thing and it made it to Cali and back with a bad carrier bearing. It's like whatever, 2,000 miles or something like that. So really, I mean, it's okay, but now it's getting worse. I could hear it banging around in that bracket. So it's definitely getting much worse. So let's go drop it off, and that'll be, I mean, we'll just wait and see what they say. Do we need a whole new drive shaft or just the carrier bearing? All right, well, here you go. I don't know, can you see that? $190.04. That was how much this thing cost to fix the first issue on the thing. The first issue. Now, let's go look under here. Okay, here it is. That's it. This is the carrier bearing that they installed. So we reused the drive shaft. Drive shaft was fine because I called another shop and they're like, hey, those are non-serviceable, so you have to pay a whole new drive shaft, which is like $1,200 to $1,500. So I'm glad I was able to reuse it. They double checked it, I think, and so I'm really happy with it. I think they put some grease in here, so I definitely don't want to open it up because this was super dry under this rubber thing. It was really dry, like all rusted, like this kind of. Can you see that right there? Yeah, there you go. Look, all rusty. It was like that underneath. And he talked to me about how this part works. I already forgot. But anyways, look at this nice little thing in there. Oh yeah, that should be nice and good. That's good. But I mean, look, all these U-joints, look at that. They're pretty new. You know what I mean? They're not all beat up. So obviously you can tell everything down here is in decent shape. It really is. So this just must have been one of those situations that was super rare. I think it was because I started pulling a heavy load right away and it kind of messed it up all the way. But when we were driving it, taking it for a test drive, we took a long test drive. And when we were driving it, I would have never, like, it didn't feel like it did at all when I was towing. So I think the towing exposed the weakness, and I'm glad because, you know, to go to Cali and back all in one run on a bad carrier bearing, that's pretty impressive. So I'm glad it worked out. I'm gonna load it up onto the trailer because I did come back here with my trailer, and I am gonna take it to the shop to get a bunch of service done because I don't know when that guy did his last service, and I want to do like oil change, fuel filters, oil filter. Oh yeah, I did. No, oil change, fuel filter, air filter, and I want to check the diffs, the transmission fluid, and I've actually have a performed service on this thing already, and that's the CCCV filter, obviously. So there's a whole list of maintenance items that need to be done. But on top of that, I want to see everything that's possibly wrong with it. That's gonna do it for this one. I'll see you then. Bye.